Hey, are you wanting to create a piano score, but maybe you're not a pianist or you just want to speed up your workflow? Well, look no further than a Score by Ujam. This is an incredible virtual pianist plugin that basically gives you a studio pianist right inside of your DAW for specifically creating scores. So I reviewed Virtual Pianist Vogue in the past and how amazing that is. So now Ujam has a new one called Score, which is the soundtrack star. So we can see it here. Let's hear it real quick in action. Pretty awesome, as you can hear, very haunting, but obviously can do a lot more than that. But let's just look at this real quick and see what this is actually doing. So there's two ways to use this instrument. You can use it as an instrument itself. So you do all the MIDI, you do all the songwriting, and then it just plays it. And so you can use all the beautiful sounds that are in here. I really like how just organic this sounds. It has, you can hear the hammers basically moving and lifting and inside of the piano here, especially on these lower characters. So like this one right here, right on the, I'll just solo this. Now, real quick, before I dive any further into this plugin, I just want to let you know that if you do decide to check this out for yourself, you can actually get a free trial of this for 30 full days with no limits. Just go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/score. And if you do decide to purchase, you can get 20% off this and all Ujam plugins and products when you use my code OAA-20 at checkout. There's also all kinds of effects you can put on here. So we have old mechanics on here. So we can hear, if we turn this up, how this changes the sound. So you definitely don't hear those hammers as much versus if you turn it all the way up. There's all kinds of other things you can do. So you can transform it. So we can do picked strings. That's very interesting. Completely changes the sound. We got stirred. Stage pickups. Really cool. So that's under transform. You can also just color it differently if you want it to be like brighter or darker. Here's, let's see what jitter does. Adds a little warble to it. So you can really dial it in, and then also there's just a slider here if you just want to make it brighter or darker, you can do that here. And then you can also remix it. So that is really cool. Let's go back to where it was. And you also have ambiances here, so you can have rooms and reverbs, echoes and delays, or combinations of the two. So we just have extra wide here, so you can see all those different things you can do. Old grains. you can see there's so many combinations here and so many ways to customize and make that really awesome, moody, ambient, emotional score music that you're looking for. And you also have these just overall character tones here. So if we go down to Abyss, it's very dark. We have damped, mellow, pure, and royal. So much character here. But then we can also, that's just using it as the instrument, but we can also use this as a player to get us different ideas here. So I just threw down some chords here, really basic triads. But you can hear how score here by Ujam really brings it to life. You can see how it's adding in all these other notes. So if it is an instrument, we hear this. But then player. It creates a whole piano performance off of those chords. And if you like this, but you want to, change something, we can just drag in the MIDI. So as each chord is played, we just drag in the corresponding MIDI for that. So right here is how we do that. So we'll listen. So we'll drag that in. Chord change. Chord change. And there we go. So now we have the chords in there, and we'll just shorten this up because this is the length they were. And let's listen to this now. And we'll turn the player off, so now it's just an instrument again. It changed the tempo to 120, so let me just go back to delete that. So now we're hearing what we heard under the player section, and I can just quickly, whoops, let me cut that. Glue these together, and we can see. So then, if I highlight these, right, we can see what it's playing in here. That's pretty cool. And so we could change things around if we wanted to. So could move this up to here if we wanted to, or something. Or move this up if we wanted. So much you can do there, and then like if let's go back to looping here, right? We don't have to just keep it here. So let me just make another copy of this. So going back to our chords here. We can do our player. There's all kinds of templates we can presets we can switch to, but before we do that, we can control what it's playing in here. We can control the range here. We can control how complicated it is, so we can go very simple. We can include a low chord, high chord, do a fill. Let's increase the intensity. Some fills. I'm looping the wrong section. So now if we just go back to the chords here, again, instrument, very boring. We go to player. Very cool. But there's things we can do. We can control the intensity here. So if we go down here, it's very basic. And we can increase the intensity. You can hear it's doing a lot there. We can also control the busyness. So maybe if I come down here to intensity 3 again. It just marginally makes it a little bit busier. You can also control the octave range here. So how far you want like the main notes you're playing. You can see it does go, it will go a little bit above here for little accents and stuff. We can control the velocity, so if we want to be a little softer, we can pull this down. So this is something you might want to automate because it doesn't like stay in place. And then there's also different presets in here that you can cycle through that will change things up. That's really cool. Almost sounds like you have strings in there. So that's really cool. Personally, I'm hearing a few notes in there I don't really like, so that's where maybe I'll drag in the MIDI and just change up a few of those notes. But it's very beautiful, really cool for a score. And so you can see there's different categories here. So we got soft and dark, strong and bold, pads and atmospheres, experimental and remix. So maybe we can check that out. Styles and standards, odd meters, aliens, and aliens. So I'm just moving this by using my mouse wheel. Pads and atmospheres. Strong and bold. Pretty cool. So that is Score. It's really awesome. If you want to check this out for yourself, just go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/score, and you can actually try this out for free for 30 days with no limits, so you can really see how it does for you and your workflow, put it through the trials and see if you like it. And if you do decide to purchase, you can use my code OAA-20 at checkout to get 20% off this and all Ujam plugins. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and drop a like. And if you want to check out more awesome plugins, then be sure to click on the video on the screen right now. With that, have an awesome day, keep creating, and I'll see you in a future video.